What is good, everybody? So we are doing the new main story branches, the Zayne branch. We've got Eye of the Storm here, which is the prologue, and we're just gonna go through and enjoy this. You to download. Oh my god, of course there's a download. All right, let's go. 2 months later. In the dimly lit room, silhouettes lurk in the shadows. Holographic screens flicker with images of protocors being sold. Each flash is accompanied by a symbol marking their status. In the corner is a man whose pockets are heavy with poker chips. He takes out his phone and inputs an encrypted code with ease. The dark web interface on the screen sputters, then pops up a series of windows, even more mysterious. Ooh, top secret. True. Okay. In Robert Noham's zone last night, I heard the call the Protofield got wrecked in the N109 zone. Rumors say over 50 wanderers showed up out of thin air, causing a riot. Maybe an Aether core attracted the wanderers? Someone trying to frame the wanderers, maybe. Don't spread rumors. Saw known protocol smugglers near the Silver Screen Hotel. Lead? Ooh. Ooh, interesting. A photo appears on the screen. Surrounded by bodyguards, a notorious protocol merchant walks into the hotel.
Welcome to the Silver Screen Hotel.
We work overtime for 2 months dealing with these protocol smugglers. After that, it's vacation time.
Okay. Several hidden bugs in cameras fall as Simone deactivates them. She brushes off the dust on her hands and casually tosses a transmitter into the corner.
After Operation Aether Ordeal secretly started, this is our first mission together.
Aether Ordeal?
I figured we'd have chances to work together since you are also here, but things have gotten hectic with mission after mission.
Simone used to be in Unicorn's armament tech. She has the micro-modification evil. And ever since she increased my hunter's firearms firing rate by 2-fold, we've got along well. That's pretty useful. Yeah, Lincoln's been a mess lately. I wonder when things will settle down.
At least it's nothing compared to the N109 zone.
True.
I heard you went in all by yourself 2 months ago. You made a mess out of Ani Kindness's protocol auction and left unscathed. You even managed to...
Yep, I did. She lowers her voice. Her tone is half teasing, half curious.
You even managed to get your hands on a real Aether core, right?
Yes, sir! This is the first time I've heard about it. Who told you?
No one. But it does coincide with when you were away from the Association and the incident in the N109 zone. The Association launched a covert mission, something about investigating the recent chaos in Lincoln.
Simone trails off, but I know what she's implying. This operation is for the Association's best. A few probably noticed something was unusual.
Relax. This is top secret stuff. There aren't even leaks, let alone whispers. I wouldn't mind catching a glimpse of this Aether core to see what all the fuss is about, though.
True.
Anyway, the N109 zone whispers about an Aether core, and suddenly the groups on the dark web go nuts. I thought the Association wouldn't bat an eye, but then Captain Jenna showed up and dragged me into the Special Operations team. It feels like we stumbled into something big, and that rumor being passed around becomes a truth. I always believed the Aether core existed. I just never thought there was more than one. If these smugglers have the real deal, that baby's going straight into my railgun.
The elevator keeps climbing, as if it's taken us to a rooftop that's directly under the Deepspace tunnel. For a second, I feel like I'm back under the N109 zone sky. This elevator is hella long.
Allow me to jog your memory.
Oh, shoot!
From your past to your future, to even all the crimes you'll inevitably commit.
Oh my god, I love the way he says it.
After all, you and me, we're the same.
Brother! That's crazy. My memories are too fragmented and unclear. Is it because of this Aether core? My hand touches my chest, the warmth pulsating like another heartbeat.
Heads up, you two. We hacked the hotel's security system. You've been whitelisted and can come and go as you please.
Nice. Andrew, the captain of the data analysis, is micromanaging all intel for Operation Aether Ordeal. He's communicating via earpiece.
Rendezvous in conference room 3909. It'll be showtime in 5 minutes.
A holographic 3D map of the hotel flickers to life before me, modules snapping into place. Simone winks. She's very proud of her latest gadget.
The moment you meet up with the target, Evo will be transmitted through your contact lens's device to alter his memories. He'll think you're the buyer he met before. You have a 30-minute window, so make it quick.
Understood. We'll grab the items and see if the Aether core is present.
Anyway, we can fight our way out if things go south. Are you doubting my new gadget or her Evol?
Simone adjusts my dress as she equips a Protofield disruptor that's shaped like an earring. Our reflections stare back at us in the glass. Simone looks stylish in her secretary attire, and I'm wearing a simple, elegant dress. I didn't think I would be airless again after I returned to working as a hunter. At least my time in the N109 zone taught me how to bluff. A ding announces that we've arrived on the 39th floor. Simone and I exchange a look. Here we are. Let's do this. One hour later.
With all this fuss, I thought I'd finally see the real deal, but these were all duds.
While we didn't get an Aether core, the mission wasn't a waste of time. We have these modified Protocore. The Protocore smugglers are taken away, and Simone and I return to the Hunters Association.
Special authorization confirmed. Good job, everyone. Do your weapons or gear need to be maintained or repaired? Put them on the table.
Put them on the table. Now I will repair them.
And just between you and me, Hunter's Huntin' is serving a fancy meal tonight. Don't miss out.
That's the worst robot voice I've ever heard. The little robot loudly whispers as it almost waddles to the armory with my weapon.
Simone, your gear's suffered some wear and tear lately. Over 65% of it has been damaged in the past 2 weeks. If she didn't help you control your Evo, that number would have been higher. 70% at least.
Andrew is glued to his multi-screen setup. The windows flicker to life like a digital butterfly swarm.
Look, if building a powerful weapon turns out to be a mistake, you can punish me. Also, lead Andrew, it's been 2 months already. Are there any signs of that Aether core? I can understand why the association hasn't told anyone about this. It can't be about saving face, no?
Alright, check this out.
A rolled up combat uniform lands on the table. We look up to see Jenna walking toward the control desk.
Captain, what's going on?
A weird yet familiar feeling pulls me at my chest. I unfold the uniform. There lies a flat, round object I recognize.
It's a hurt knave's head.
Huh? Simone wrinkles her nose in disgust. Without missing a beat, she snatches a pen from Andrew's desk and uses it to push the head away. She ignores the look on his face. How could they just leave a head? Where's the Protocore? Jenna finishes drinking her water and tears open a package. She takes out a bread roll.
Because there was only the head. It showed up on Faye Street without anything else. The Protocore must still be in its body, but who knows where that is.
Interesting.
So, already you can see something's not right here.
Everyone casts their gazes on me. I slowly nod. I sent a protocurve. It's similar to the one I brought back from the No Hunt Zone 7 months ago. Oh god, from No Hunt Zone number 7 2 months ago. But there's more to it. Is it related to the Aether core?
Yes, We've detected a large beta protocurve on this head.
That's a new fancy term. Captain, what's a beta protocurve?
Jenna takes a moment to gather herself. She stands up and the control desk flickers a couple of times. A holographic 3D map is projected from it.
Remember that incident last month? It occurred on the 8th at 9 a.m. Lincoln Bridge's main pier disappeared from the river for 20 minutes.
Oh shoot, really?
And on the 14th at 3 a.m., rainbow mists appeared in Goldwood City. Specifically, they materialized in 6 districts within 4 seconds of one another. Then on the 29th, an incident occurred at 4:30 p.m. An ice cream parlor in the Ring Imperial Center was flipped, and customers on the top floor were trapped in the first floor's freezer.
What?
The Wanderers behind these have one thing in common. The protocurve produced by their protocores are capable of distorting space itself.
That's a bit fucky. Okay, that's a huge lore drop.
We're calling this unique protocurve a beta protocurve for now.
Okay. That's new. That is new. They could actually warp space.
I won't get into the details of the analysis. However, after comparing it with the protocurve produced from the Deepspace tunnel region that's in the N109 zone, our current findings reveal that...
That what? Jenna leans forward. She grips the control desk to emphasize her words.
an Aether core is involved.
Another Aether core? Shoot.
Based on our observations of these Wanderers, the Intel Department and Advanced Tech Labs predict we'll observe more beta protocurves in the future.
So shit's just gonna get fucked up randomly. Great.
That's where new Aether cores might appear.
On the map with Lincoln City at its center, points of interest start appearing. They are potential locations and they're everywhere. Some are even thousands of kilometers away from the city.
Everyone, it's getting dark. Night will fall, and we all know the big guys lurking in Lincoln's shadows are about to make their move.
Interesting. Captain Jenna revealed a lot of info today. There's another Aether core aside from the one in my heart and the one in Silas's eye. Okay. But it could be in any of these locations, and this Aether core might be incomplete, similar how to the one in my heart was at first. It will take some time to find that Aether core, so there are multiple.
Our mission goes beyond just collecting Aether cores.
Okay.
We also need to investigate the shady organizations that covet them for their own goals. They're essentially a ticking time bomb.
Agreed.
We'll split up for now, but try not to alert the enemy. We don't want to make things worse. Hey, I don't know what you went through in the N109 zone, but...
But what, Jenna?
This operation is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't be a hero every 5 seconds. Patience is key.
Okay. Okay. After spitting out my toothpaste, I put down my toothbrush and stare at my reflection in the bathroom mirror. I unearthed some interesting info in the Association's archives today. There are also a few loose ends from my time in the N109 zone that need to be addressed. I should first deal with what I can handle right now, so... Okay, interesting. Special operation. Ooh. Choose a clue to investigate. Thorns under the moon. Investigate the crystal shard of the monster. Ooh. Okay. Hang on, wait. Hold up. I'll do this a separate video. What is good, everybody? So I have just been doing the prologue for Eye of the Storm, and we are going to be doing Thorns Under the Moon, which is like Zayne's sort of like prologue bit. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So what is actually going on here? We know there are beta protocols that are disrupting actual space, and things are getting pretty nuts, and there are Aether cores around. So what is happening? The sound of footsteps reverberates, a hollow echo upon the marble floor. Looking up, Zayne once again sees that familiar silhouette of the girl. In the quiet hospital corridor, its walls greyish blue and dimly lit by incandescent lights, only the girl stands bright and resolute. Oh shoot. Already? Is he okay? Is he having a nightmare? Yearning to call out to her, yet incapable of making a sound, he has no choice but to quicken his pace. He runs after her. Yet, at that moment, terrifying black crystals erupt from the surrounding walls.
No. Stop.
Without warning, the entire space distorts. Those sharp spikes hurtle towards the girl's throat. Panicking, she turns to face him. As their eyes meet, her lips quiver in despair, softly whispering broken, desperate sounds. Zayne! Zayne! Zayne? Zayne? So he was having a nightmare. Inside Axo's rehabilitation center, Zayne suddenly opens his eyes. He's in a sleeping pod, and his unfocused gaze slowly adjusts. Did you have another nightmare?
Yes.
Rubbing his temples, he sits up. In his eyes is a reflection of my concerned expression.
Don't worry. Lying down in a large box with eyes staring at me. If I could sleep well with that happening, then you'd actually have something to worry about.
Hey, I care about you. And what am I supposed to do? Someone hasn't gotten a good night's sleep ever since he returned from Mount Eternal. He also keeps using nightmares as an excuse. So this is like exactly leading on from Mount Eternal. Interesting. After returning from Mount Eternal 2 months ago, Zayne's health hasn't been good. It's gotten to the point where he can't sleep at all. However, he doesn't talk about what happened in the Arctic. This reoccurring nightmare is the only thing he willingly shared with me. You still have a business trip next week. At this rate, the doctor might end up collapsing before his patients.
Even if I collapse, there will always be another doctor to take over. No matter what.
Oh. I press my finger against his lips as a warning. No matter how many doctors there are there for other people, my doctor is right here in front of me.
All right. I'll be careful and stay alive.
Don't let my worries be a burden on you. I think you started having nightmares after I gave you that crystal fragment from the N109 zone. Ooh, we did? Zayne takes his coat from the coat rack beside the wall. Together, we enter the corridor. We gave him that?
They aren't connected, so don't overthink it. It's just a coincidence.
Okay.
Speaking of which, there's been progress with the analysis of that crystal.
Is it related to protocol syndrome?
At the moment, I've developed a hypothesis based on the data. I'll share the details with you once there are conclusive results.
Give me your theory, though. Stepping into the elevator, I pressed the button for the ground floor. Zayne's reflection appeared on the closed doors, the dark circles under his eyes underlying deeper weariness. Take your time. You should deal with your insomnia first.
Since I can't sleep, I might as well be productive with my time.
Valid. So it's not that doctors can't treat themselves, they don't actually want to be treated. I ordered some milk for you. It'll be delivered to your place and should help you sleep. Also, the hypnotic music.
Are you referring to the lullaby playlist? Did you forget how old I am?
I'm just trying to help as a normal hunter. You don't have to listen to me, Dr. Zayne.
Since I am your one and only doctor, I should listen to you.
True. We step out of the elevator and my watch begins to ring. Someone's calling me. I gesture to Zayne and then move to the side to answer it. Captain Jenna.
Hey, are you available right now? We've detected beta protocurve activity in a certain location.
After a brief explanation, Captain Jenna quickly ends the call.
Why are you frowning? Did something happen?
My mission got an update. I need to check in with Captain Jenna, so I might not be able to have dinner with you. Just as I'm about to sprint to the hospital's main entrance, a pair of hands lands. I didn't read it!
Don't run just yet. I'll drive you there.
Oh, but you're sleep deprived though. Nah, that's the thing. If you're sleep deprived, you might as well be drunk, and drunk driving is bad. So also is driving sleep deprived. I don't recommend this. Yeah, this is not. As a doctor, you shouldn't be doing this. You know, just as a doctor, probably not a good idea. Okay. Upon arriving at the association, I find Alpha Team's office engulfed in silence. Only Jenna stands before the control desk. Her gaze is fixed on a few zoomed-in photos that are being projected.
Perfect timing. Let's look at these together.
She waves her hand and the photos are pushed towards me. As I approach to get a closer look, it becomes evident that a distinct figure appears in every picture. The figure is also marked with conspicuous colors which show traces of a beta protocurve. All of them are from the same Wanderer.
Yes, including this morning, Andrew has found its traces 5 times. Beta protocurve activity was detected in every instance.
That means it's related to an Aether core, so they found the Wanderer with the Aether core, huh?
It could very well be carrying one, or an Aether core fragment.
Another screen comes into view, showcasing an array of data and information, and I positioned at the center is a blurred image of a Wanderer.
This Wanderer can move by distorting space, and we haven't captured a complete image of it yet.
It can I be real? That kind of sounds like Silas in a weird way, right? Like he's able to teleport. He's able to teleport by using like energy manipulation, and that's not the same thing. And I don't subscribe to the Silas Wanderer theory, but it's kind of funny.
However, the Intel department made a discovery. In areas where it did appear, many patients with protocore syndrome have fallen into a coma. Some even go into shock.
Ooh. Okay, that's not good. My gaze then falls on the left side of the screen. The text reads location, Chansia City.
I'll be heading to Chansia City next week. There are a few patients with a severe case of protocore syndrome, so they require Oxo Hospital's assistance for their treatment.
Those patients that Zayne mentioned might actually be victims of this Wanderer.
Right now, we suspect there's a connection between these 2 incidents. We could start looking into those patients.
More time with Dr. Zayne, yippee!
And it just so happens that Oxo Hospital will send a medical team to Chansia City next week.
Captain, I would like to make a request. Let me join the medical team as a hunter escort to investigate the Wanderer.
Your request has been approved. Our Chansia branch has also started its own operation. Your mission is to confirm whether or not there are signs of an Aether core.
Okay.
You can contact us anytime if you need help. We'll be there to offer...
Understood. I'll be careful. As I leave the association, Zayne's figure appears in the distance. He's been patiently waiting by the road. Just as I'm about to walk over, a massive bouquet of white roses suddenly appears and engulfs my vision.
Miss, I've heard so much about you. It's an honor to finally meet you in person.
Who the fuck are you? And you are?
I'm sorry. I almost forgot that this is our first meeting. But you should have already received my business card a few days ago.
Who the fuck is this creep? The man has a gentle gaze, as if to be friendly. He extends his other hand towards me.
I'm Carter, from Xander Sciences.
I recall seeing a business card that had mysteriously appeared on my desk not too long ago. It was accompanied by attention-grabbing deliveries as well. Oh, those were from you?
Thanks to your efforts in apprehending those protocore merchants, Xander Sciences was able to recover a valuable batch of protocores. Many patients were saved as a result. Naturally, I wanted to express my gratitude. I wonder if you'll do me the honor of having dinner with me, miss?
She already has plans for tonight.
Yes, Zayne! Get this fucking man away from me! A hand pushes away the bouquet. Zayne then pulls me to his side, and he moves to stand between me and Carter. Based boyfriend! Upon seeing Zayne's face, Carter's expression noticeably darkens.
What a coincidence, Zayne. It's been such a long time since we last saw each other. Why don't the three of us have dinner together? My treat.
My gaze quickly shifts from Carter's smile to Zayne's indifferent eyes. I sort of understand what's going on. I'm sorry, Mr. Carter. The association strictly prohibits hunters from accepting dinner invitations for work purposes. I feel like I'm lying for fun.
Let's go.
Just as I'm about to turn around, the bouquet blocks my path again.
Miss, I understand there are rules about not having dinner, but the flowers didn't do anything wrong, right?
Before I have the opportunity to decline, Zayne swiftly takes the white roses. He glances at them, and with a blank expression, he gives the roses back to Carter.
They're much appreciated. Unfortunately, there's no room for them in my car.
He's so based. He's actually so based.
Miss Hunter?
With Zayne holding my arm, I leave. Carter persistently follows us. Zayne, the actual best fucking man.
Actually, I'm here to give you a reminder. The outside world isn't as safe as Lincoln. Be careful when you're traveling.
Yeah, we figured that as much. Alright. We continue. How many of these are there? We will do them all.
Seatbelt.
Yep. Zayne turns the steering wheel and the car joins the stream of flowing traffic. That guy seems to know you pretty well. Are you acquainted with him? And Xander Sciences. I feel like I've heard that name from somewhere. Oh boy.
Your colleague praised you, saying there are things only the two of you can do. I'm very curious now. Xander Sciences will provide you with the best staff, the best lab, and even the best treatment.
The person Raymond mentioned when we were at his place. That's Carter, right?
We studied under the same professor. That's it. The paths we're walking are completely different.
You two aren't like-minded from what I can tell. I also feel like he's a bit suspicious. It was obvious he didn't show up just to invite me to dinner, and I could see you're very cautious around him. Is there bad blood between you two? You can tell me about it.
It's not interesting.
It is very interesting, actually, Zayne. Zayne has bad blood with someone, and he's very wary of him. Isn't that interesting already?
The fact that he gave you roses is more than enough to put me on high alert.
Oh, he's protective.
But when he told you to be careful while traveling, I doubt that was a simple, friendly reminder.
Just as I'm about to tell Zayne about my trip, I think twice. I shake my head and smile. Maybe Carter was annoyed by how we were ignoring him. That's why he tried to scare us. Let's not be naive, MC. Zayne glances at me, a hint of amusement in his eyes. He doesn't say anything else about this topic. Three days later, Lincoln Airport. In the bustling airport lounge, Grayson is stunned. Several seconds pass before he finally blinks. Grayson's so cute.
So, you're our hunter escort this time?
Yep. Pleased with Grayson's reaction, I can't help but imagine what expression Zayne will have when he sees me later. I move closer to him and shake my plane ticket at him. What's that expression? Do you feel relieved, or are you even more anxious?
Do you want to know the truth?
While Grayson's tone sounds lighthearted, a subtle tinge of a concern appears on his expression.
They say the hospitals are doing an academic exchange, but in reality, we're going there to help them. Why else would they send such a large team, or even request a hunter escort for that matter?
True. Having Zayne fly all the way there, the situation must be pretty bad.
Actually, the main problem is with one of the patients.
Grayson lowers his voice and leans in closer.
His biopsy results show that the crystals in his heart have a certain shape and structure that's different from the ones you'd see with Protocore syndrome.
Interesting.
Also, when he was admitted to the hospital, he caused a metaflux burst.
What is that? As if worried I wouldn't believe him, Grayson takes out his phone and shows me a video.
My friend who works at Chansia Hospital sent me this. All the flux stabilizers in the ER went down. It was a mess.
In the video, the sound of an alarm fills the air, and the lights flicker uncontrollably. Despite the shaky and blurred footage, the chaotic nature of the scene is unmistakable. An abnormal heart, a sudden burst of metaflux. A picture begins to form in my mind, something strangely familiar.
Thankfully, no wanderers showed up, but it's strange considering how high the fluctuation index was.
The fluctuation index only tells us the chances of a wanderer appearing. It's not guaranteed. But given the nature of the energy fluctuations, it's weird not a single wanderer appeared. I watched the video again to search for anything I might have missed. Is the metaflux a result of the patient being exposed to that wanderer on the beta protocurve? Grayson, do you mind showing me the other documents related to this?
Sure. What would you like to see?
You shouldn't make assumptions when things are still uncertain.
Zayne. As Grayson and I lean in, a hand suddenly appears between us. Grayson is slightly nudged to the side.
Dr. Zayne.
In one smooth motion, the hand takes the phone, turns off the screen, and then places it back in Grayson's hand. Liz, I don't know if I appreciate that, Zayne.
Chansia Hospital was built a long time ago. It's not uncommon for their flux stabilizers to experience malfunctions. As for the patient's biopsy results, they need to be further analyzed along with other reports. It's too early to jump to any conclusions.
I agree, but at the same time, I don't think us speculating is a bad thing. It's not like we're drawing any conclusions from this. I lock eyes with Zayne. He stands before me with one hand resting on the handle of his suitcase. Good morning, Dr. Zayne. I hold up a paper bag. Do you want a black tea cake or egg sandwich? You can only choose one.
I'll have the cake. Did you arrive at the airport early to buy breakfast?
When did I ever say that? I retrieve my suitcase from behind a chair and proudly present my ID as a hunter to escort Zayne. Surprise! Contrary to my expectations, I see no traces of astonishment in Zayne's expression. Instead, he calmly hands me a hot latte. Is he kind of annoyed now? Oh shit, now I have to look after her, sort of thing. Is that what he's thinking? Like, oh no, she's gonna be in trouble. I can handle myself, man.
Have you ever thought about who approved and signed your escort application and ID request?
Oh wait, you already knew. He already knew. Oops. Oopsie. Yeah, oopsie. How many are there? The flight takes several hours. Eventually, the plane lands at Chansia Airport. Boarding the shuttle sent by Chansia Hospital, the medical team immediately heads to their destination. The chief of surgery, his hair already starting to grey, exchanges pleasantries with Zayne before quickly delving into a discussion about the patient.
They're on ECMO. After the open heart surgery, adhesions began to develop. And this morning, we saw the crystals spreading. They're very close to the lungs now.
Then we'll have to perform surgery as soon as possible.
Zayne quickly flips through the patient's medical record while putting marks on the paper.
Crystal extraction is already a complex procedure. Those adhesions, we're worried the patient won't be in a stable condition while under anesthesia.
This is our only option. We must perform the surgery. Let's reassess the patient's health and proceed once his physical condition allows it.
A few hours later, the surgical lights are turned on in the operating room. The rhythmic sounds of medical equipment reverberate. Led by Zayne, a team of medical staff focuses on the surgery at hand. The observation room is filled with people, and their gazes are fixed on a large screen. On it, a pair of hands uses a scalpel to meticulously remove tiny crystals.
Clear the view.
Oh my god, Zayne in scrubs? No shot. We gotta see Zayne in scrubs. Crazy. After ensuring there's no unusual activity, I make my way back to the glass.
Dr. Zayne is brave for taking on such a risky case.
Captain Willow.
We meet again.
During my previous visit to Chansia City, we worked together. After exchanging formalities, she shows me the updated data. In a matter of seconds, the record of a wanderer's recent activities appears on my watch's built-in 3D map. It managed to traverse the entire city in 5 minutes. I've never seen a wanderer move that fast before. Captain Jenner said there's no clear image of the wanderer yet. Do you have any new leads?
We did some comparisons. Aside from the protocurves not aligning, the Wanderer closely resembles Mist.
Interesting. But if you look at all the data, the traits of this Wanderer exhibits are different from the Mists I've seen.
Yeah. I don't know what got into it, and how it managed to hide so well.
Perhaps the Aether core made it mutate or something. Suddenly, discussion erupts next to us. It draws my and Willow's attention to the screen. A scale-like tiny crystal is slowly being peeled away from the edge of a blood vessel.
Surgeons have some steady hands, huh?
I know all about those steady hands, you know what I mean? That crystal. It's exactly like the ones on the monsters in the N109 zone. Zayne must have noticed it too. Regaining my composure, I immediately look at him. Under the surgical cap, his eyes remain calm and focused. He continues with the procedure until the crystal is placed onto the surgical tray.
Does it look all right on the ultrasound? Yes, it came up. Any bleeding? No. Let's wrap it up.
Applause erupts throughout the observation room and relief washes over me. However, I feel a strange, unusual tremor in my chest. Something is rapidly expanding. Oh no. Metaflux. Oh shoot. The alarm from the flux stabilizers resounds throughout the entire operating room. Captain Willow and I exchange a look and immediately get to work. She starts evacuating the spectators while I run to the intercom. Zayne, a wanderer is about to appear. You need to move.
Dr. Zayne, the patient's blood pressure is dropping. Increase the adrenaline to 0.1 micrograms.
Oh shoot, the alarm becomes louder. I immediately pull out my gun and aim it at the area where the energy fluctuations has peaked. The faint energy fluctuation dissipates, yet the tremors I feel in my chest show no signs of subsiding. Zayne, you need to leave, or else it'll be too late.
The patient's vitals are unstable. Moving them isn't feasible
You fucker. Through the glass, Zayne looks up at me, his gaze as calm as ever.
Can you suppress the accumulating metaflux with your evil?
I meet Zayne's gaze that carries a subtle attempt to comfort me. My attention turns to Grayson and the others, who are visibly worried. They wait for my response. I'll do my best.
Give me 5 minutes. Let's continue.
Shit. Oh shit, it's getting intense. Okay, here we go. Using my evil on the flux stabilizers, I successfully buy the necessary time for Zayne to finish suturing. When the surgery ends, the metaflux suddenly dissipates, as if what happened earlier was an illusion. Other medical staff will handle the follow-up procedures. I change out of my sterile suit. Just as I'm catching my breath, Zayne pulls me into the lounge where no one's around.
Give me your left hand. I'll do a quick evil examination.
Okay. Zayne sets down a metal tray, picks up a cotton ball soaked in medicine, and begins to disinfect my hand. I'm fine. I might have overdone it, but my use of evil is better than before.
While that is how you feel, I suggest waiting for the results and listening to what your primary care physician has to say. Also...
What? A cool sensation emanates from the palm of my hand as he holds my fingers. He applies patches to each one.
You should be well aware that the metaflux earlier wasn't something an ordinary wanderer could generate.
You knew since the beginning.
Don't tell me you actually believed I thought you were a hunter escort whose sole purpose is to protect us.
Of course, you and Dr. Noah have known about the existence of the Aether cores for a while now. Straightening my posture, I start thinking. You noticed it during the surgery, right? That crystal was very similar to the sample I gave you. I'm almost 100% sure the wanderer that attacked this patient is related to the Aether core. It's possible the Aether core made those monsters in the N109 zone transform into their current state.
Not necessarily.
The examination machine beeps. Zayne observes the fluctuating numbers displayed on the screen as he continues to speak.
The Aether core shouldn't be what's causing the mutations. Your heart's integration with one is a perfect example. Given the extent of the mutation you've described, I'm more inclined to believe that...
That what?
Someone attempted to be smart, but ended up failing in the process.
Is this all gonna be related to... Oh god, what's the organization name? Not Hand. What's it called? Oh my god, what's it called? That other organization. Oh my god. Oh, what's it called? Ever. Is any of this related to Ever? We haven't had... I need more Ever lore, because they were an organization that was fucking around with protocols and shit, right? Especially in the N109 zone. I wonder if, like, they're the ones that are, like, doing this shit. Are you saying someone is responsible for the appearance of those monsters in this patient's condition? I'm betting my money it's fucking Ever, man.
I'm merely speculating.
I don't think it's a person, it's an organization.
In this world, many forces covet the Aether core. You haven't met all of them yet.
You're right.
All is well.
The machine beeps, which indicates the end of the examination. Zayne carefully removes the patches from my hand and puts them away. In the quiet room, the second hand on the wall clock moves quietly, plucking the faint light enveloping us. I can't help but yawn. I told you I was fine. If I have to say there's a problem, then I'm feeling a little tired now.
Watching the surgery must have been boring.
Not at all. It's actually my first time seeing you perform surgery. You looked cool. Taking a paper bag from the table, he settles on one side of the couch. He grabs a sandwich and pulls it apart with his clean hands. I would love like a Zayne in Scrubs outfit. Can we have that? He looks so sick. Like hair slicked back, Scrubs mask. Give me that.
The hospital cafeteria is closed. We'll have to make do with what's available to us.
While the chaos has subsided, the persistent scent of disinfectant lingers inside my nostrils. While my body is tired, my mind is still excited. I decide to direct my excess energy to the surgeon himself. Weren't you listening to me before? Someone said he'll learn to accept compliments from others.
I accept your compliment.
The sandwich bread is already flat and no longer looks appetizing. With the finesse of a seasoned chef, Zayne lifts the bread and removes the greasy bacon. He then proceeds to discard the wilted lettuce, leaving only the ham slices, red cabbage, shredded pork that have withstood the test of time. Today will be very memorable for me. And not only did I see you perform surgery for the first time, but I also had the privilege of observing a sandwich undergo surgery.
I've just removed
They
the
did
parts
surgery
that
on a
experienced
sandwich.
excessive nutrient loss and would have impacted digestion.
Is nutrition one of the things you research? Is there anything Dr. Zayne can't master? God, we should just like do the deed already, you know what I mean?
I have to admit that when it comes to accepting compliments, I'm not very good in front of you.
You get too flustered? No.
But I suppose there's a chance for you to teach me in person.
Oh, we are in person. Looking at me with meaningful expression, Zayne places the surgery-affected sandwich into my hand. He then pulls out his phone. Baffled, I lean in and watch as Zayne taps on a message notification. He opens up a new medical team group chat which was created earlier today. Grayson has shared a group photo there, where the medical staff, their smiles tinged with weariness, hold glass vessels that are visibly cracked. What? Were these cracked by the energy I couldn't contain when I lost my target?
You overdid it, yes. But the medical staff said you're the most surprising hunter they've ever seen.
What does that mean, most surprising? They don't need to go that far. Embarrassed, I sheepishly laugh. I quickly shift my attention to eliminating the sandwich. Before Zayne can speak, his phone abruptly starts ringing.
Hello?
Upon hearing the voice on the other end, Zayne freezes. Surprise appears on his face.
The patient woke up?
Oh, what? We can ask them questions? No fucking way. Holy shit. When Zayne, Grayson and I arrive at the entrance of the ICU, a nurse approaches us.
Do you know why he regained consciousness so quickly?
We're not sure. He shouldn't have woken up already. Look at this, Dr. Zayne. All his vital signs are improving.
Zayne and Grayson change into sterile suits and enter the ward. I wait outside.
Can you hear me?
Zayne in scrubs again. Oh my god. I want to see that forehead of yours.
Do you remember where we are? Look at my finger.
I really wasn't expecting him to save the patient when they were at death's door.
Mr. Carter.
Hello. We meet again, miss.
With the sudden appearance of Carter, I cautiously step to the side. However, he greets me with a smile. He raises both of his hands. Okay, so we have Eva, we've got Xander. Like, what did you do? How are you responsible with all this? You know what I mean?
Don't get the wrong idea. I wasn't following you. This patient happens to be an important client of Xander Sciences. After hearing about the incident, I decided to pay him a visit.
Coincidence? You weren't there when he was in critical condition. I don't think he's that important to you.
What do you mean?
He leans against the wall and casually looks at the glass door.
If it weren't for Xander Sciences, his fragile heart would have stopped a long time ago. What we're pursuing is far more stunning and ambitious than these petty solutions.
Is that so? Observing my indifferent reaction, Carter furrows his brow. A hint of disappointment appears on his face. He's trying to bait us into caring.
Aren't you curious about the kind of work we're doing?
Why do you want me to know so badly, huh? I'm not. He shakes his head, and his usual pretentious smile graces his face again.
It's okay. You'll be interested someday. After all, only Xander Sciences can provide answers to the questions about your heart.
Frowning, I suppress the urge to ask more. I redirect my attention back to the ward. Grayson!
Hey, Dr. Zayne wants you inside.
I like how they actually have a model for Grayson. Grayson hurriedly walks out and hands me a sterile suit.
Excuse me, this is the ICU. For the patient's sake, we kindly request that unrelated individuals leave.
Having no intention of paying any more attention to Carter, I change into the sterile suit and enter the room. The man laying down on the bed has his eyes half open. His voice is weak yet infused with tangible excitement.
I'm back. I'm back.
All his vital signs appear to be normal. However, under normal circumstances, a person wouldn't recover this quickly.
As Zayne talks, he directs a meaningful look at me. So, did Xander Sciences experiment on... He's a client of them. So he's a client of them, and suddenly he can wake up quicker than what people would normally expect. I'm just trying to link things together in my head here.
More anomalies may occur. Stay on your toes.
Okay. Acknowledging his warning, I nod. I move to the bed, introduce myself, and state the purpose of my visit. I then proceed to ask questions. Davis, you said you're back. Where were you?
It trapped me. I couldn't get out. It was like a nightmare. I couldn't wake up.
I turn on my watch and pull up a picture of Mist. When you say it, do you mean this?
Yes. There was that thing. It was inside of me, but it wasn't.
Oh, what the fuck? Suddenly, the vital signs monitor starts beeping loudly. The man on the bed begins convulsing as if something started choking him. So there's something that exists in him and is trying to stop him from talking? Wow, that's creepy. Metaflux. Zayne! I quickly pull out my gun and sense a more intense fluctuation. It surges and engulfs the entire room instantly.
Grayson, transfer the patient to another room and prepare for resuscitation.
Unexpectedly, a rift appears and reveals the shadowy figure of a wanderer. We had to fight. Moving myself to the front of the bed, I point my gun at the wanderer. However, it disappears in the blink of an eye. A second later, it materializes like a phantom in another location.
Hey, behind you.
Evading its slash, I aim my gun at the center of the fluctuation. However, a tremor overwhelms my chest. I barely feel any pain, only a dense white fog surges before me and obscures my vision. The war dissipates as if my surroundings are transforming into another realm. The last thing I see is Zayne rushing towards me. Zayne, watch out! Ooh. Okay, this is bad. Okay, this is bad. Yeah, this is bad. We're the top. Are we gonna have something inside of us now? Like the patient? It feels as though my body is plummeting into a thick fog. The sensation of weightlessness threatens to push my heartbeat out of my chest. Amidst the chaos, I muster all my strength to find something, anything to hold on to. And after what feels like forever, my feet touch solid ground. My surroundings become clear. Bathed in dim, feeble light, a long corridor appears before me. Its end remains hidden in the mist. Am I at a hospital? No. I feel a faint tremor in my chest. A familiar energy fluctuation surges with the mist. It drags me somewhere. This fluctuation is from an Aether core. I'm probably in the Wanderer's Protofield. As I stand in the empty space, the sound of approaching footsteps reaches my ears. Turning around, I notice a dark figure. Zayne? An onslaught of sharp ice crystals materialize around me. They're ready to pierce my heart. Huh. The ground beneath me disappears, and I find myself falling into a sense of weightlessness again. As I float in this void, blurred lights and sounds rush past me like an avalanche. With the boundless darkness, it's as if the pair of hands is gently lifting my tired soul. I struggle to open my eyes. After feeling my steady heartbeat for several seconds, I sit up on the bed.
You're awake.
Dawnbreaker! By the floor-to-ceiling window stands a figure wearing black clothing. He turns around. Behind him are dilapidated buildings and the sunset's tender light. So, I'm now unsure what we're experiencing is reality at this point. I am unsure from now on, it's still the same time. After everything that just happened, and we know after, Wonder and Wonder, that protocols can transport us to different realities and make us experience different realities and times. Let's find out. Zayne. The figure takes another step, his appearance nearly overlapping with the dark figure I had seen before. I move back.
How are you feeling?
After hesitating for a moment, I reach out and touch his cheek. I trace his eyebrows and the contours of his face. I recognize the features I know so well. In this silence, he remains motionless. He just looks at me. I'm fine. I think I just had a dream. Perhaps it's the influence of the Protofield that's caused me to have those strange illusions. Shaking my head to clear my thoughts, I shift my focus to the room. What is happening? The cracked greyish white walls enclose a space where a sofa, a holographic screen, refrigerator, and various functional home appliances exist in close proximity. It looks like the home of someone who struggles with living a normal life.
Do you remember what happened in the ward?
The wanderer that suddenly appeared, the tremor in my heart, and Zayne running towards me, memories gradually find their way back to my mind. Are we still in the Wanderer's Protofield?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Following Zayne's gaze, I get up from the bed and join him in looking out the window. As the final remnants of twilight vanish, the city stands before us under a light blue sky. Its desolation is evident. This place is a rusted skeleton of its former self. What is going on? And although it's faint, the energy fluctuations around us are similar to an Aether core's. This Wanderer's protocol must possess an Aether's core's energy. But in my dream, it's as if the chill from those ice crystals still lingers in the air. I grip my arms more tightly.
You're awake now. Remember that whatever you dreamt about was only a dream.
Was it though? A blanket is draped over my shoulders. I reach out, but he walks away before I can touch him. Huh. Zayne opens the refrigerator, revealing a collection of peculiar bottles with mysterious liquids and a jar half filled with chocolate. After opening the jar, he offers a few pieces to me, their packaging unexpectedly fancy. I'm not hungry.
According to my perception of time, you've been unconscious for 2 days.
So we're still in the Protofield? Oh, what's going on?
If you don't eat or drink something, I'm afraid you won't have the energy to find the Wanderer.
The scent of chocolate saturates the air and ignites my appetite. What if the Wanderer launches a surprise attack while we're resting? Despite my words, I find myself sinking into the worn-out couch. I unwrap the chocolates with Zayne. I look up and my gaze falls upon a bit of vibrant green on a desk. It's a flower pot with jasmine in it. It sticks out like a sore thumb in this desolate world. Of course it's a jasmine flower. While the branches and leaves retain their green hue, the stem has already started to wither. Is it normal to see jasmines in a Wanderer's Protofield? Ooh, this is so interesting.
What are you implying?
The patient who was attacked by the Wanderer fell into a nightmare. They were trapped in their own dream. In other words, the environment we're currently seeing in the Protofield must be a manifestation of someone's dream. And I don't remember ever seeing anything here. So, we're in Zayne's dream. This is what he actually dreams about. Interesting. Oh, are we seeing... So, because we know... Okay, so is Zayne dreaming about this version of himself with Dawnbreaker? Interesting. There's jasmines. Does he dream about Forseer too? Ooh, there's so much to think about. This is your dream.
Are there any comments you'd like to make about it?
Even in a world as broken as this, chocolate still exists. I expected nothing less from you.
Shouldn't you be saying something like, "Thank goodness it's Zayne's dream. We can still eat chocolate."
Zayne, who's wearing nothing but black clothes, appears somewhat strange. Maybe this is how he sees himself in his dreams.
I have dreamt of this place. However, the jasmine hasn't wilted yet, and the world itself isn't in such a dilapidated state.
Is this the nightmare you've been having then? Zayne is quiet for a while before responding in a soft voice.
Yes.
Don't be scared. Dreams are the opposite of reality. I offer the unwrapped chocolate to his lips. Try it. Who knows? Maybe the chocolate in your nightmares doesn't even taste like chocolate. He lowers his head and eats the chocolate.
It's carrot flavored.
What? Liar. I would have believed him. He looks out of the window again where the silhouette of a bird flies across a darkening sky.
Since dreams are the opposite of reality, perhaps I'm not a doctor in this one.
Interesting. 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 So it's almost like we're stepping into his Dawnbreaker dreams. Maybe we'll get some answers finally. Ooh. Everything is a hazy blur in dreams, yet in Zayne's dream, the flowers, trees, streets and shops appear with remarkable clarity. I couldn't help but wonder how long this dream has haunted him, incessantly replaying itself to the point where every detail is fleshed out.
While it resembles my dreamscape, I can tell it's a protofield. Over there.
He guides me to the entrance of a narrow alley. The road ahead is covered in thick fog. It's as if we've reached the edge of the dream itself. From the fog, a cluster of black crystals has emerged. It blooms like a flower and it's tall as a 3-story building. It blocks the path. A protocore cluster?
It regenerates very quickly after it's broken. I'd say it's as good as new within a few seconds. Yes, I tried destroying it before you woke up.
As I recall my past battles, a hypothesis forms in my mind. I think I know what's going on here. There must be another protocore cluster in this protofield, and they provide energy to each other. We need to destroy both of them to leave this protofield.
Eating sweets certainly makes one smarter.
True. Thank you for the compliment. I gesture towards him, though I'm only slightly smarter than you. Chuckling, Zayne pulls down my hand. Hang on, can I take a screenshot real quick? Thanks. Since this is your dream, do you think you know where the other protocore cluster is?
When you're in a protofield, using evol in a scientific matter is more effective than dreaming.
The protofield is practically drenched in erratic energy fluctuations, yet amidst the entanglement of protocurves, I detect one that stands out. I open my eyes and point in a direction. From what I've sensed, the second protocore cluster should be on the other side of the protofield. Similar energy fluctuations appear from the other direction. I look at Zayne. Which one would you like to pick? Zayne looks into the distance. I don't know if I'm being imagined it or not, but some of emotion stirred in. My God. Zayne looks into the distance. I don't know if I imagined it or not, but some sort of emotion stirred in his eyes.
The one that's farthest away.
Oh my god, click. The far end of the city is cloaked in black mist, resembling the gaping maw of a beast hidden in the shadows. Nope, I want that one. I understand this is your dream, so you know where the dangers are, but are you going to face them alone again?
This is my dream. I can get to my destination faster than you.
But your dream isn't exactly being nice to you right now. Maybe the more you try to use it, the more it'll use you instead. That's true. Let me go instead.
You.
Don't push yourself when you're in trouble. I got your back. That's a tip from your hunter escort. Smiling, I take a step and pat his back. Without waiting for Zayne to respond, I wave and start walking. I will say, I would trust us more with anything combat related than Zayne.
Don't push yourself. That's a tip from your primary care physician.
Thanks, doctor. I like how it's just Zayne. We're no longer calling him Dr. Zayne. It's just Zayne. Behind me, I hear a soft sigh followed by Zayne's words that are tinged with worry. Turning around, I catch a glimpse of him standing in the shadows. He's far away now, so I can't clearly see his expression. I press my lips into a thin line and nod. Regardless of whether it's him or me, we know we'll always support each other. As the girl walks away, her figure disappearing from the fork in the road, Zayne turns his gaze towards the alley's depths. Within the thick fog, a broken streetlight flickers intermittently. He raises his hand. Parts of the mist detach themselves from the air. Spiraling and condensing, they coalesce into icicles above his palm. Dark impurities silently emerge from within them, but they stop spreading just as they're about to reach the outermost layer of the white crystals. It's as if a looming black hole threatens to consume everything pure and white. Yet a thin and wavering layer of pristine ice remains resolute in being the last line of defense. It kind of it's describing like Dawnbreaker's evil, right? The way that the dark ice sort of thing. Shadows stretch, and in the boundless fog ahead, the Protocol cluster awaits its arrival like a slumbering wanderer. Within the mist, a cold wind materializes as aggressive figures sluggishly stir. Oh shit. The ice crystals in his palm slice the air, seemingly hit nothing, but the Protocol cluster shimmers for a fleeting moment. As more wanderers emerge, their loud roars resound, and their figures phase in and out. The ice crystals solidify into sharp blades. Zayne delivers his attacks with decisive precision. Blades of ice tear through the darkness, and pungent scent permeates the air. The ground beneath his feet slowly transforms. It turns soft and slimy like sludge, stubbornly clinging to his legs. Dazed, Zayne looks down, peering through the mist and layers of unclear ice. His gaze falls onto his palm.
Zayne!
Oh my god. What is going on? A bloody hue taints his hand, and an eerie shadow is cast over his senses. He's momentarily transported back to that bone-chilling nightmare. Zayne is shocked. He looks up and knows who's standing before him. The tension is palpable, gripping him.
William?
Oh no!
It's too late. Please.
In the howling icy wind, Zayne hears his heavy breaths. Once again, he's returned to the endless snow-covered expanse of Mount Eternal. Bloody tears stream down from William's empty eye sockets. Then an array of faces emerges from the cluster's projection.
Aren't you going to celebrate my birthday with me? Why did you kill me?
Oh my god! Oh, it's telling him all the... Oh no.
Aren't you a doctor? You should have saved me. Why didn't you save me and my child?
Oh, stop.
Zayne, please, kill me.
That's what happened to Mount Eternal. He's suffocating, he's trapped, his head spinning. Zayne notices his fingers are trembling uncontrollably. He staggers back only to trip over something again.
It's just an illusion. It's not real. It's not.
More and more hands stretch out towards him. They're frozen. The space around him shatters and distorts into mirrors. They reflect his bloodshot eyes. They reflect his hands are clenched so tightly that veins bulge. A black icicle suddenly pierces through the mirrors and shatters part of the protocol cluster. The protocol cluster doesn't regenerate. It resembles a cliff teetering on the edge, ready to collapse in on itself.
She made it.
As the mirror shard dissolves into black mist, the cold light intensifies and casts an ethereal glow. Determined, Zayne thrusts the ice blade towards the human figure. Is that a good idea? Is that a good idea? Is that... Zayne, is that a good idea? The ice blade stops as Zayne's pupils contract. It's her. But she can't possibly be here. They're your patients. How could you... Am I next? You'll kill me, right? Oh no! No, you're not Zayne. Who are you? It's a face he knows so well in this unspeakable nightmare. Her expression is filled with disbelief and pain. Yes, it's her. Oh my god. Zayne, kill me. Oh my god. Black ice flowers bloom from her chest, their petals unfurling. She's as light as a piece of paper separated from life's weight, yet she falls almost with the thud in his stiff embrace. Buzzing engulfs Zayne's ears as he's once again pulled into the depths of a never-ending nightmare. While he knows it's an illusion, he can't break free. At that moment, the cracked protocol cluster pulsates with a blood-red light. The air trembles around it. The massive shadow before him breaks along with the other protocol cluster. The illusion in his arms changes again, but he doesn't look up. He only clenches his fist.
It's time to end this.
A cold gleam flickers, and pure black ice crystals surge beneath him. They freeze every figure that lurks within the shadows. The darkness is suppressed, and his surroundings change. It's foggy. A blurry figure gradually emerges from the cracks in this space. Zayne conjures black ice and takes aim. However, his body becomes immobile, as if he's frozen in place.
You shouldn't throw yourself into danger just for her.
Who was that?
Oh.
His entire body becomes encased in ice. Black crystals pierce his chest and spread to his fingers. Wait, what the fuck? The intense pain leaves Zayne's back drenched in sweat. He's unable to control his body as he collapses. His heart races in fear as if as he hears that cold voice. It kind of reminds me of Forsyth, the fact that he gets inflicted pain whenever he thinks about, you know, us in a way.
Seek your destiny. Only then can you be redeemed.
What does that mean? What does that mean? As the protocol cluster shatters, a distant tremor ripples through the air. The space around me transforms into mist and moonlight shines down. Then the fog dissipates. I can feel the ground beneath my feet. I cautiously assess my surroundings and see I'm in a garden at the back of a hospital. Something's not right. This is Lincoln's Axel Hospital, but we should be in Chansia. My heartbeat quickens, and a sense of foreboding washes over me. Holding my gun, I push open the door that leads to the hospital. Behind the door, a white mist emerges. When it cleared, I noticed I was back at Zayne's place. By the couch, someone was lying on the floor with their back to me. Zayne.
Be careful. We haven't escaped this dream. There are 2 layers, and the Wanderer is still here.
What is going on? I rush over to Zayne and help him up. He weakly presses his hand against his left shoulder. His expression alone shows how much he's in pain. The ice. Zayne clenches his left hand and moves away from my hand.
The ice. It's dangerous. Don't touch.
Oh no, we're gonna touch, aren't we? Yeah, we're about to touch, aren't we? We're a fucking idiot. Yep.
It's too dangerous. I won't be able to control. Leave. Now.
A sudden voice in my head gave me pause. Despite the warning, I lead in to expect Zayne's injury, feeling my heart sink with each passing moment. There are no visible external injuries on his body, yet a blackened ice spreads across his wrists and neck. It doesn't seem like it'll disappear anytime soon. I don't think you're just losing control of your evil. Let me see if I can help.
Don't worry. I'm fine. It was just...
Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be bad, right? Doesn't look like you're fine. It starts to melt since my method... Brother, I can't read it. Don't waste your time. Okay.
Don't waste your time on me. We can still go after her.
Oh, this isn't good. Focus on taking care of yourself. Push him down. It's a health or combat. There's no use resisting. If I were you, just listen and follow along. Brush your evil. My left. Okay. Oh my god, the attacks are so quick.
A little lower.
You might be more familiar with what happens in dreams, but I'm an expert in dealing with wanderers.
I would hope so.
I
know how this nightmare ends. Wanderers aren't the only threat here.
You're a threat, apparently.
When push comes to shove, leaving me behind might be for the best.
Okay. Hold his... Oh, this is where it goes wrong. This is where it goes wrong.
If I do something that ends up hurting you, don't go easy on me.
Do whatever I say. Well, here's my first order. You're not allowed to talk like that anymore. Oh, something bad. Something bad's gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Oh, this is bad. Be careful.
What happened?
Oh, this is bad. Oh no. Okay. That was a bit underwhelming. I kind of... Okay. Oh wait, no, never mind. Hold up. Screenshots. Wait, I gotta get screenshots. Wait, hold up. Screenshots.
Letting you step into this nightmare perhaps was another mistake.
Oh no, baby.
But at least I have one last choice.
What is going on, brother? Is he giving it to himself? He's given the pain back to himself? He gave it back to himself. Oh my god. As I gather my thoughts, the weary face before me momentarily merges with the blurry image of Zayne in my fragmented memories. But they immediately separate. Oh, what the heck? Wait. The weary face before me momentarily merges with the blurry image of Zayne in my fragmented memories. But they immediately separate. Like, it's almost like, again, like two different people sort of thing. Wait. When I was pulled into the Protofield, I was attacked by that wanderer and lost consciousness. The wound should be on my body, but it's gone. I gave Zayne an inquisitive look. I want an answer, but he averts his gaze instead. Zayne, what did you do while I was unconscious? Zayne, what did you do while I was unconscious? Is this why you're losing control of your evil? His silence confirms my suspicions. I lower my head and my hand that rests on his tighten. Before the worry and guilt in my heart coalesce into coherent words, they disappear because of Zayne's presence. He lowers his head, and his chin rests on the top of my head.
You're my hunter escort, correct? Protecting you was protecting myself. And after subjecting you to a distressing dream, ensuring you can leave safely is the least I should do.
Why are you making it sound like you dragged me through hell and back? Your dream didn't hurt me. The mist is exploiting it.
What if the Wanderer wasn't the only source of danger?
You're talking about yourself, man.
You've seen how bleak and oppressive this dream is. As you said, it's not exactly being nice to me. Perhaps the dream itself is the real threat here.
Zayne talks slower, enunciating each word with a gentle tone. It's as if he's trying to calm his simmering inner turmoil. I realized something. After we entered the Protofield that's based on Zayne's dream, he's been acting more hesitant. Could it be... Zayne, this nightmare is more than just a dream to you, right? I sense his hand subtly move, a testament to its master's emotions that are always restrained. Confirm that it's real, bitch.
A dream remains a dream so long as you wake up from it. But when that day comes, when I can't wake up.
Are you worried you'll be trapped in your dreams? Or that your dreams will encroach on reality? Ooh. If that day ever comes... I'll wait for you, I'll find you in your dream? Oh my god. Because it does happen. Because it does happen. Even if the world falls into chaos and everything turns upside down, I'll never forget who I am, and I won't forget who you are. Well, I think we will. By then, I'll find you in your dreams, the real you. The resonance's light quietly flows from my fingers as I make a not-so-solemn promise in a calm voice. Zayne's breath hitches, as if it's suspended in the air for a while. Then he exhales, his breath carrying the weight of unspoken sentiments. If all else fails, I'll bury you in the body of a snowman. You'll be a super big snowman.
What?
I close my eyes and banish the myriad of questions and worries from my mind. If you can't deal with it by yourself, then we'll face it together. I'm the best there is, so I'm sure I can lend a hand.
I see your problem-solving skills are more on the straightforward, brutal side.
Mm-hmm.
Should we consider this a side effect of you becoming stronger?
It's called having the freedom that comes with power. Oh my god. All the black ice has disappeared. How are you feeling? Does it still hurt? I look up and meet Zayne's gaze. It seems he's been observing me for a while. How did we just get rid of the black ice? How did we just get rid of okay, maybe I missed something. But like, okay.
It doesn't hurt anymore.
But like, how do we do that exactly? What did we just do to purify him? Didn't we try that like just a minute ago and we almost like died? Do we just do the same thing twice? Or did I miss something heavily here? Or is it because it's 7 in the morning and I've been awake for so long? Okay. Interesting. Don't. Just as I'm about to tell Zayne to not lie again, he turns over my hand. A silver, glimmering, icy light appears in my palm. He takes back his hand, and 2 chubby little ice seals tumble into my hand.
You get 2. As an escort, you are very professional while on the job. This is your reward, since I have nothing else to give you. Do you trust me now?
From where I am, light and shadows dance upon his features. They accentuate the mirth in his eyes. You keep telling me not to push myself, but you also need to stop disregarding your safety. He nods. I clench my hand and reach out to him. I help him stand on his feet as I get up. You said this dream has 2 layers. Are we in the outer one because we broke the inner layer? Zayne doesn't refute my statement. He turns around and walks ahead to open the door. We step out to be greeted by the night breeze. We retrace our steps through the corridor and return to the hospital garden, which feels familiar yet strange.
A mutated wanderer's protofield defies normal logic. It could be hiding anywhere.
Outside the hospital, skyscrapers rise like towering concrete trees in a forest. Meanwhile, the rest of the city stands in eerie silence. I can use my evol to return the protofield to its original state.
Negative consequences born from mistakes don't need to be fixed.
Born from mistakes don't need to be fixed. The sky swiftly darkens as if time itself has been accelerated.
We have no choice but to destroy this place.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Destruction. Let it all burn to the ground. Wait, you're evil. We'll do it together.
Are you ready?
Black snowflakes drift from our interlocked fingers. The night wind momentarily suspends before swirling into a frenzied flurry once more. Underneath our feet, a vast expanse of ice crystals blossoms. The ground, the buildings, and even the particles floating in the air were all ensnared in the swift spread of the chilling night, wrapped in its icy embrace. In an instant, the entire world froze into a black amber. The music, though. A rift violently tears through the fabric of this space. The Wanderer can't hide anymore. It screeches and reveals its true form. There it is. Let's go. Fight, fight, fight. Zayne's coat flutters wildly in the wind. Amidst the nightmarish darkness, an icy glimmer materializes in his hand. Click, dude!
Let's end this before the breaking dawn arrives.
Oh god. Do I have to use this? I can't edit my... Okay. Pursue. Wait, hold up. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, wait, shoot, hold up. We'll just do it like this. It's alright, we'll just switch and do it like this for a moment. Bear with me, fellas. Yep. Yep. Hold up. Hold up.
We'll depart when you're ready.
Alright, cool.
Don't underestimate it. With our combined strength.
Here I go.
I have to click. I have to click.
You won't escape.
Be ready for its next move.
Yep.
Proceed
We're clicking
with
away.
caution.
Yup.
Bring it on.
It is falling apart.
That's not good.
Keep your distance, or else it's your turn.
No problem.
No problem. Oh, it's so... Oh, God. It's so... The FPS is terrible.
That was fast.
So were you.
Watch out.
That's fine.
I'm okay.
With our
Break it.
combined strength.
Nice.
Here I go.
Keep your distance from safety first. Stay safe. Don't get distracted. Keep your distance, or else you'll get hurt. Struggling is futile.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's really bad. I can't move my camera. That's fine.
With our combined strength is weak. Now's our chance. I'll send it on a journey.
Its final journey.
Yep.
I'll show you.
I'll show
Bring
you.
it on.
Go, keep going. Bang, 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 bang. Get it, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Get him,
It recovered.
get him.
Be careful. Make sure to dodge the attack. That was fast.
So were you.
Yo, Zay taking
Keep
aggro,
your
bro.
distance, or else you'll get hurt. Watch
Oh
out.
shit.
I'm okay. Let's take it down first.
I have to click everywhere, brother.
It's your turn.
No
Okay.
problem. You won't escape. Not even a
Sick.
challenge.
Alright, cool. Yippee! Yippee! Alright, do we go back now? Alright, sick. Oh, there's more! This goes on for fucking ever. Holy shit. Once the final blow is dealt to the Wanderer, an intense tremor surges from the depths of my heart. But the resonance is unmistakably this time. It's akin to gentle waves brimming with power. A light, warm glow gently descends into my palm. This is Chansia Hospital. The breaking dawn's light streams through the window. In the silent corridor, the air carries a faint scent of disinfectant. Have we returned? Zayne!
I'm here.
As my hand is tenderly squeezed, I turn my head. Zayne is next to me. Wait, I need to double check. Are we still in the Protofield? Or are we in reality? Turn around first. And turn back now. Though his expression has a bit of helplessness, Zayne still complies.
Are you double checking or making me play a game of turnaround?
I'm confirming that Dr. Zayne is the person with me right now. A burst of laughter erupts from deep within me, but in the very next second, I collapse onto the ground. His arms immediately extend to steady me.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I reach out but stop once I realize I'm holding something. I open my hand and see a protocol fragment. It emits a faint green glow. A fragment of the Aether core. At least our effort wasn't for nothing.
You're back.
Dr. Zayne.
Captain Willow and the others rush over from the opposite end of the corridor. Their expressions reflect a mixture of relief, joy, and concern. I really want to know what happens when we're in this protocol, field, in this dream. Are our bodies physically transported? Or is it we're in a different state? It's kind of odd.
Are you two okay? You're not hurt, are you? It's been 3 whole days since you were trapped in that Wanderer's Protofield. Everyone's been worried sick.
From Captain Willow, I learned that exactly 3 days had passed since we entered the peculiar Protofield. The patient has been relocated to a secure ward and is now out of danger following resuscitation. During this time, the entire hospital was being protected by Chansia City's hunters, who carried out a thorough investigation.
By the way, we discovered a strange device while investigating the ICU.
Speaking in a quieter tone, she gives me a sealed, transparent bag.
We found it hidden inside a flux stabilizer that was sitting in a corner. Almost went unnoticed.
It's Xander, people!
Ever since that incident happened in the ER, the hospital's flux stabilizers have been examined or replaced.
So only recently did someone tamper with one of them. I take the sealed bag and show a grateful smile. I bet it's like the Xander people and they want us to find this Aether core fragment. They know I'm the one that can kind of do that, right? We're the ones that can do that. I'll ask the association to conduct an investigation. Or is it the mysterious person that blew up our grandmother's home? You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. Is it Xander Industries? Is it the same people who tampered with our home? Like, what's going on? Zayne? I tiptoe into the living room. Zayne is peacefully sleeping on the couch. The curtains gently flutter in the warm breeze. Light and shadows glide from his nose to his chin. Is he sleeping or... I move closer and place my hand over his chest. Phew, he's just sleeping. He must be exhausted. Approaching Zayne, I kneel down to be at eye level with him. I carefully cover him with a blanket that was draped on the couch. The tension on Zayne's furrowed brow dissipates. His breathing is steady and his expression is serene and relaxed. I look at his face, the thoughts in my mind racing as I reflect on the whirlwind of events that have unfolded recently. You can finally rest. My watch vibrates. I leave the living room and answer Simone's call. He's a little peaceful baby.
The preliminary analysis results are out for the thing you brought back.
Okay. And what? Tell me.
It has an intricate structure. Took me a while to disassemble it. I found a radio frequency chip that resonates with metaflux fluctuations.
Okay.
Basically, it's an energy transmitter. It can locate protocors and even attract wanderers via fluctuations.
Okay, so they drew it there on purpose. A wanderer attracting transmitter. As I recall what had happened, one figure stands out as the most suspicious, Carter. He just showed up before and after the patient displayed abnormalities. I share my suspicions with Simone. She then poses her own questions.
The complexity of this small device is far beyond his understanding, and even Xander's science.
How would we know that necessarily? How could we be so sure? I genuinely think it's the same people behind the whole, house thing.
It exhibits highly advanced protocore technology.
Or maybe it's Ever again. Ever keeps coming back into my mind, seeing as though, from the beginning with the patient with the fragments that was similar to the Wanderers in the N109 zone, and as we know, Ever was the one conducting experiments there, and they were the one, dealing with shit. I really think it's them. Maybe, oh my god, maybe Ever was the one also responsible for the house things. I'm having so many theories in my head. There are so many theories. What if this is all leading up to, the next LI to be introduced? Oh, I have so many theories. Oh my god. Okay, let me finish this and we'll talk about it.
Xander Sciences is a medical institution. There's no way they could possess...
It's Ever. I'm telling you it's Ever. So what are you thinking?
After the founder of Xander Sciences, Raymond, passed away, the company's future...
Ever. Please, say the word Ever. Say the word Ever. Come on, say the word Ever.
Its biggest shareholder right now should be... Ever.
I'm so good. I'm so good. It's at that moment. The fragmented pieces of information in my mind gradually lock into place and form a cohesive image. Carter mentioned the patient at Chansia Hospital has been undergoing long-term treatment at Xander Sciences. Raymond, the founder of Xander Sciences, was in a similar situation. If the peculiar crystals in the operating room and the monsters in the N109 zone come from the same source, that means... See? That's exactly what I just said. Aether is creating monsters. They're trying to do something. They're trying to experiment. Yep. What if Caleb is part of Aether? That's my ultimate theory. What if Caleb is the head of Aether? I will expand on this in future. Under radiant sunlight, cicadas chirp in the background while the pristine azure sky stretches as far as the eye can see. The sun sits on the edge of the city's high-rise buildings. The girl turns to him. She smiles. At least he caught up to her.
Finally.
He holds out his hand to the girl, and she firmly grasps it. We're in his dream. Yet the two find themselves tumbling back into the seemingly endless empty corridor. Oh no. Black crystals emerge from his palm. They encroach on the girl's forearm. Sunlight is engulfed by darkness once more. Oh no, is Zayne having the same nightmares? Oh no, fucking the Dawnbreaker Zayne having the same nightmares over and over again. Is that what he goes through when he sleeps? Is that what Zayne goes through every time he sleeps? That's fucking torture, man. That's so fucking tragic. Holy shit. This was really... I really enjoyed this. I really did enjoy this, man. I thought this was great. I knew that Aether was going to be involved in this with some way. I still have the theory that Aether is... they're trying to do... They think they're doing the right thing. I feel that they know that time's running out for this kind of world, for Earth. And they're trying to experiment on Wanderers. They're fucking with protocols, protocol energy, right? They can now make monsters that manipulate space. Maybe they're wanting to manipulate space. Then maybe we're gonna have things that manipulate time as well at some point. They're gonna be the reason why shit keeps happening, right? And now we're talking about all this thing of like, what's the difference between dreams and reality? When do dreams encroach on reality? When do dreams become the new norm? There's a lot of things that this is opening up, and there's a lot of lore to discuss. And guys, you full well know I'm going to be thinking about this, and we're going to do like a little deep dive at the end of the week. We're going to go through Zayne's Dawnbreaker lore, and we're going to like break this down completely and come up with theories and talk about it and all that amazing good stuff. This was really interesting, and this furthered the story in such a good way, and I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really happy that that's the case, and we've got to learn more. I'm so excited to learn more about Aether. I even wanted to do a video on it. Because I replayed the 2.0 quests on my own time, and I was like, damn, like this Aether thing is so interesting. Like there's barely any mentions of them. No one has really spoken about Aether on the internet. And I wanted to make a video about it, but there just isn't enough to go on. And now we have more, and I really want to make a dedicated video about Aether. But I feel like the next updates that we get in the Eye of the Storm will be interesting. So the Eye of the Storm is the calmest part, right? So you know, it's gonna be interesting once we get to next to that. So yeah, that was really sick. This was great. I'm really excited for what comes next, and Love in Deepspace has indeed cooked. They've indeed cooked for me. I have my gripes a little bit about some of the storytelling. I do find sometimes Love in Deepspace, when reading, it's kind of difficult to fully comprehend what they're trying to imply. There's a lot of metaphors in Love in Deepspace, and there's a lot of guessing of what's real and what's not. And for someone like me, I like to be sure, right? I like to be sure in what's going on. And if there's a point in the story where I feel unsure, like I'm not 100% sure what's happening right now, I might need to re-go through it or reread it or redo it to fully grasp it. But I don't like that feeling, and sometimes I feel that way a little bit too much when I'm playing through these stories. But I think it doesn't take away from my overall understanding of what has happened. I think there is definitely some things we need to deep a little bit that happen in that to fully understand and comprehend what happened. But so far, I'm really liking the direction the story is heading in. So I appreciate y'all. We'll be doing a analysis of this this week. And I appreciate y'all. Remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you thought of this too. Thank you for reading this along with me. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you next time. Peace.